Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Midhani Q3 FY26 earning conference call hosted by ICICI Securities. As a reminder, all participant line will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then zero on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Vikas Singh from ICICI Securities. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Danish. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Mishra Dhatu Nigam Q3 FY26 results conference call. We would like to thank the management to give us the opportunity to host them. From the management side, we have with us Dr. S.V.S. Narayana Murthy, Chairman cum Managing Director, Mrs. Madhubala Kalluri, Director of Finance, and Mr. P. Babu, Director of Production and Marketing. Without taking any much time, I'll hand over the management for their opening remarks. Over to you, sir.
Okay, so good morning everyone. I, Dr. S.V.S. Narayan Murthy, Chairman and Managing Director of Mishra Dhatu Nigam Ltd, extend a warm welcome to all of you who are joining online to our earnings conference call for the quarter and 9 months ended 31st December 2025. We have with us Mrs. K. Madhubala, Director of Finance and CFO, Sri P. Babu, Director of Production and Marketing, Mr. Paul Anthony, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer with me. We also have senior officials from Marketing and Finance function. Since the quarter and 9 months functional results have already been submitted, I'll just go through the key aspects of quarter and 9 months ended financial results of the company. The salient points are: turnover for the third quarter stood at 275.66 crore, recording a robust 31.44% growth over second quarter turnover of 209.72 crore. Second point, value of production for the third quarter was 304.05 crore compared with 256.37 crore during the second quarter of FY26, registering a growth of 18.6%. Profit before tax for third quarter was 39 crore compared with 19.11 crore for second quarter. Fourth point, profit after tax for third quarter stood at 27.46 crore compared with 12.76 crore for the second quarter. For the 9-month period, that is April to December 2025, our turnover was 655.88 crore vis-a-vis 663.54 crore last year, and value of production grew by 8.86 to 801.73 crore. PBT and PAT remained stable at 77.1 crore and 53.04 crore respectively, despite the marginal moderation in top-line performance. And our order book position as on 1st January 2026 is 2,440 crore. I want to highlight some very important achievements that Midhani has made in the last quarter. One of the significant contributions is the supply of titanium alloy windows for Ram Janmabhoomi at Ayodhya. So we have supplied 31 titanium windows. Many of you would have seen it. And this is the first time that in India, titanium has been used for architectural purposes. Even though Midhani has been supplying titanium alloys for last 40 years to various customers like ISRO, DRDO, HAL, many other customers, India never this material has been used for architectural purpose. You can see the beautiful windows in Ayodhya Ram Mandir. 31 titanium jollies have been supplied. This is one important achievement. Another achievement that we can be proud is that we have supplied around 90 tons of material for presidential dais for Republic Day. So recent Republic Day, many of you would have watched. One of the significant contributions is the material for the presidential dais has been made by Midhani. And third point that is of interest to us technically is Midhani has been certified, Midhani produced alloys very special alloys, particularly super alloys, have been certified by CEMILAC, Center for Military Airworthiness. Certification has been received for 10 cast and wrought super alloys. It only shows the capability of Midani towards supply of super alloys. And also, we have a NATCAP certification. This is an international certification for heat treatment. We are going to receive it because audit is over. So this is, I wanted to share with all of you these significant achievements technically. I think with the above, I now request the moderator to invite questions from the analysts or investors who are there joining the conference call. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Our first question comes from the line of Amit Dixit from Goldman Sachs. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for the opportunity. Congratulations for a good set of numbers, sir. A couple of questions from my side. The first one is that in India, if we look at the recent developments, the aerospace, particularly Indian ecosystem, is kind of showing very good potential. Whether it is like the possible domestic manufacture of M88 engines or going ahead co-production of F414 or co-development of Safran for AMCA. So just wanted to understand, how Midani is geared up for this opportunity, because we have this titanium capacity for a very long time. I just wanted to understand the kind of approvals we have in place or we are looking at in the future. Also, if you could highlight the utilization of titanium capacity, 1,000 tons as of now. That is the first question, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Amit. It's a very nice question. See, first of all, I think ever since Midani has started 52 years back, we have been working on these very specialized kind of alloys. As you know that this whole organization has been put up with the purpose of indigenization of materials in 1973. And we have been making these alloys, the so-called alloys that are required for very critical alloys, performance critical alloys for fighter aircraft. So we regularly supply the nickel-based alloys, the cobalt-based alloys, and even some of the iron-based alloys regularly to our customers. Okay, so you mentioned Mi-18, F-14, Safran and AMCA, all these things. People are looking for these kind of alloys. What goes into aero engine has to be manufactured to the utmost quality. And Midani has been supplying, because one of our major customers is ISRO. If you look at right from the solid rocket motor booster that gets ignited on the ground, when you look at a PSLV or a GSLV launch to the upper stage cryogenic engine, Midani's materials are used everywhere, every stage. So that is the kind of perfection that we have been trained to do and supply to our customers, and not to say that our materials are there in the form of Chandrayaan 3, our materials are there on moon. So here in manufacture of any aero engine, quality is the most important thing, and Midani is known for quality. So over the last 4 decades, Midani has supplied these materials. Not only, I am not mentioning our defense related supplies, since it is civilian I could mention, but we have been supplying. And you asked about titanium. Midani made titanium is used in all gas bottles and all propellant tanks of ISRO's launch vehicles. Every satellite propellant tank or launch gas bottle, every launch vehicle stage, they have several gas bottles. The raw material is supplied from Midani and it is used for this thing. So Midani is known for super alloys and titanium alloys, and we are completely geared up for meeting the whatever requirement. We are closely working with HAL. Yes, we are there. We are supplying to them both super alloys and titanium alloys. So even in future, AMCA, aero engine, whoever is the customer, we will be supplying the materials, and we are in talks with all foreign customers at very advanced stage. We are working with them, including Safran, on the supply of materials. So India is fully geared up, and we are fully geared up at Midani to supply these performance critical materials.
Okay. And what is the capacity utilization, if I may ask, of the 1,000 tons titanium plant as of now?
So if you look at, we have a total order book for 657 crores, and we have multiple titanium melting facilities. As you can see, we have multiple. This is made by vacuum or pre-melting, and we have multiple furnaces. And about 27% of our order book is on titanium, and we can meet the requirements. Our capacity utilization is almost near to the full established capacity. So I can give you
as on date order.
Yeah, as on date order, around 29% or 741 crore worth of titanium alloys are there, and we are fully operating our titanium plant.
This during this period, last year and now, actually last year 390 ton we melted, but this time 465 ton we melted. Means at least 20% of titanium production has gone up.
Considerably, particularly this quarter. So is it due to the product mix or the contracts that you're executing at the moment? And also, if you could just broadly highlight the revenue split, by materials, titanium, superalloys, margang, steel, etc.
No, probably little part of your question was not heard. Can you just repeat it?
Yeah, sure. So the question is that, this quarter we saw that margins improved considerably. So could you also highlight the drivers behind that, whether it was revenue mix or the kind of, contract that we are executing that carry possibly higher margins? Also, if you could highlight if you could mention the revenue mix in terms of products like titanium, what the percentage was titanium of revenue, superalloys, margang, steel, etc.
Okay, fine. So if you look at the alloy-wise revenue, in the third quarter, for the 9 months, we have superalloy contribution is around 20%, and titanium alloy is around 19%, margin steel is about 15%, and special steels is about 37%, and remaining all other grades about 9%. So predominantly, superalloys and titanium alloys constitute about 40% of our total revenue. So that is what we have been concentrating on currently.
And this is for 9 months, right?
Yeah, this is for 9 months.
And what are the key margin drivers?
Key margin drivers, if you look at it is again. Okay, we have ultra high strength steels, which are where margins are significantly higher.
And this is for what applications, sir?
It is for all missiles and rockets.
Okay. Got it, sir. Got it. Thank you so much, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Henil Bagadia from Equicorp. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity, sir, and congratulations on good set of results. I just wanted some clarification regarding the NABCAP certification. You said that the audit is done, so it was actually due in Q4 of this year, right? So is it on place, or do you expect some delays for that?
Okay, actually the audit is over. Some minor queries we are answering, so it should be we should be getting it by end of Q4.
Okay. So coming to the aerospace side, so there has been a good breakthrough with GTRE and PTC. We had also tested the Kaveri dry engine, and we have actually got under the crystalline turbine blades and the PMD dishes. And I think so PTC has also started getting orders. So how big can this opportunity be for us, given that we'll be RM suppliers for this particular project?
Okay, GTRE, we have been working for last almost 25 years for Kaveri engine program, and Midani was there right from day one of the Kaveri engine program. Midani has supplied, and the Kaveri engine, whatever was flight tested, all it contains only Midani materials. Okay, We continue to work with GTRE and we continue to supply materials to Indian aero engine manufacturers.
Okay. So for this particular crystalline turbine blades and PMV dishes, how big can the orders be? Because PTC has also started getting orders. I think so they'll start sourcing the RM from us.
Yeah, there are multiple people who are doing these blades. The raw material that goes into the manufacture of single crystal blades is melted only in Midani. So whoever is the downstream, whoever wants to make the blades, yes, Midani is, we can supply the blade material. Basically, blade is coming after the cast stick. So cast sticks are made by Midani. And blade is an outcome from the cast stick. So raw material has to be melted to the precise chemical composition and it has to be made into the form of a blade. So Midani is geared up to meet any requirements, whatever are required.
Okay. So this utility will also be there in multiple programs like the Kaveri dry engine program for the UCAV program or the Manik STFE engine program, or
Yes.
you don't see these blades being utilized there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, see, aero engines are picking up now. There are talks going on at multiple levels, and all materials requirement, whatever are required for any of these parties, Midani is fully geared up to meet the metallic materials requirement. We will be there in the suppliers list.
Okay. So coming to the Abed bulletproof jacket, I think so we do plan to apply for the big 1,000 crore tender that is coming up. So I mean, what would be the possible win, because there will be multiple players here. Also, there has also been another private company based out of Delhi which has also got the TOT from DRDO and IIT for the Abed jacket. So what is the scope for Midani versus what is the scope for them? I just want some more understanding out here.
Okay, see, it is like this. Midani already has a technology called Baba Kavach from BARC. That is a TOT. Last quarter, we have taken a technology transfer from IIT Delhi DRDO Combined Center of Excellence, that is called Abhed, what you have been mentioning. So we are having capability already. We are under testing of the Abhed. Multiple testing needs to be done at the ballistic materials testing laboratory, and we are conducting and we are ready to take the orders now. Okay, we will be participating aggressively and we will be getting the orders. And when such a big order comes, definitely it will be multiple people, it will be given. So we are hoping that we will be in the race and we will work towards that.
Okay. So on the helical spring side, so what is the utilization there and how do you see the opportunity? Because I think so we have supplied it for the Vande Bharat and we also do plan to supply it for the LFB coaches. So how big can the opportunity be? I think so we have got 60,000 springs per month, if I'm not mistaken, and about 250 springs per Vande Bharat the train set is required.
See, it is like this. Keeping in view of such a requirement, Midani has established a spring plant, and now we are going to operationalize it for the requirements of Vande Bharat. And whatever requirements are there, now we are having plans to participate in that and get the RDSO approval. And once that is there, we will be supplying to them. That is the whole idea. This is an imported plant. It is a machinery is having very, very sophisticated things. Not many people can supply this kind of sizes that are there in the requirement for Vande Bharat and all. So we are in the race for that.
So if I get it clear, we'll have to first apply for the RDSA certification and then we'll be doing the supplies, right?
We are under the process of that. Once that certification is obtained, we'll be participating in the tenders and we'll be getting it.
And lastly, before I get into the queue, so we also plan to supply to BML. So on the metro coaches side, we plan to expand the scope to the metro. So have we supplied any test batch quantities to BML or Alstom? Because I think so these guys also.
But yeah, we'll be doing, because for anything, no, because it is a passenger vehicle, RDSO certification is essential. And we are in the process of going in that direction. So we will be getting, once our certification is given, then we'll have continued supply of materials. It is yet to be done, not yet done till now.
Okay, thanks a lot for the answer, sir. I'll get back into the queue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It is a great one.
Our next question comes from the line of Shashi Ranjan from Anandan Capital. Please go ahead.
Morning, sir. Thank you for the opportunity and congratulations on good set of numbers.
The first question is, can you get me the status on the metal bank that we were planning?
Okay. So as you all know that keeping in view of the supply chain disruptions, Midani has established a metal bank. So already that we are working with 5 of our customers to establish this metal bank in the premises of Midani. And already the purchase procedures are ongoing and the civil works are also underway. So maybe down the line, within 6 months, a full-fledged metal bank of 6 important raw materials that are essential for all the defense and other customers will be in place inside Midani. So maybe you will see by end of Q1 26-27, we'll be giving better information on the actual situation. Now currently things are underway.
For my understanding that setting up of this metal bank will help bring down the working capital days and the high inventory days that are plaguing the performance of Midani.
No, this is a customer-owned metal bank that is located inside Midani.
So it's not having any impact on the working capital of the company because the inventory that is being held in the metal bank is in the books of the customers, not in the books of Midani.
Okay. So sir, what is the...
If there is any requirement and all, we just be drawing that material with on a loan basis and will be replenishing it.
Okay, sir. So any steps that we are taking to bring down the working capital and the high inventory days as far as Midani is concerned?
Yeah, that we are continuously working. Like if we can also see the improvement from Q2 to Q3, wherein the scrap utilizations have improved. So basically, the inventory today, when we look at the working capital, the major contributor is inventories, WIP and scrap. So we are taking all the steps that continuous work is going on that. So effective utilization of the materials and remelting the things wherever the materials. So scrap utilization has been increased. And also the virgin and scrap composition mix also, but of course again it depends on the product that we manufacture. Certain products requires the virgin, so there are certain restrictions, we cannot just use it. But otherwise we are putting all the efforts to reduce the inventory, which will definitely have a positive impact on the working capital.
Thank you for the update, sir. Before I turn up in the queue, the last question is I have about the Dhatu Nigam Ltd, which is a JV between you and NALCO. So, and that this will get us aluminium alloy of high grades. So are we looking into some grades like 2219T6 grade that can be used in Bharat Antariksh Station company? The country is trying to get into space by 2028. So are we going to contribute to that as well through this JV between NALCO and Adani?
So your question is Utkarsha.
Yes.
So with respect to that, due to the viability of the project, it has been recommended for closure. So that is a very brief answer to your question. We are not going to pursue that project anymore. We are going to formally close down. We are continuously discussing with NALCO. Both of us are going to discuss on this and take the proposal for closure forward. Then coming to the second one, yes, such alloys are required, but the total requirement, like you mentioned, 2219, 2219, those alloys are required for ISRO, but currently the total annual requirement is too small for anyone to have a dedicated plan because these are aerospace grade aluminum alloys and they need very, very careful processing until last stage. So because of the very small quantity and we will not be in a position to process them through Utkarsh.
Thank you so much for the update, sir. All the best to you and the team. Thank you. I'll get back to you.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Ravi Naredi from Naredi Investments. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Sir, basic raw material of titanium, from where we get, how many we import and how many we receive from recycled product?
Okay. So it is like this. Titanium alloy, as you know, India is having a titanium alloy sponge production plant at Chavara in Kerala. Okay, that is about 500 ton per annum. It makes titanium sponge. And the actual production is about 150 tons per annum, and the quality of the sponge that comes in different grades. So it will not be able to meet the total requirement of the order book, whatever Midani has. So normally we import to meet the requirements, and we meet. Yeah, so we import from our East European nations and to meet our requirement. So this is a short answer for you. We import this titanium sponge.
Okay, understand, sir. In Kerala, any mines is there, or it is scrap material?
No. It is not scrap. Actually, if you look at titanium is processed from the beach sands of Kerala. The beach sands of Kerala, they have a mineral called ilmenite. So the ilmenite is processed because originally they were having a titanium dioxide pigment plant. Okay, so white color pigment, whatever you use in industries, it is called titanium dioxide. And because titanium dioxide is there, technology was available and within the defense lab, and it was used to make titanium sponge. So there is no scrap recycling, and there is no mineralized beach sand.
So it is only in Kerala, other Indian state don't have
No,
coastal,
not like that. It is there along the west coast of east coast also you have. In fact, Orissa has some of the beach sands. It only depends on the processability and the amount of titanium in that. Otherwise, the sands are available, including Orissa, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. All the beach sands have this titanium content.
Not in Goa and Mumbai side.
Goa beaches are they are silver beaches. No, they are not having.
Okay.
I do not know whether it is there in that. It all depends on the content.
Understand. Sir, other than this sand content, titanium we cannot get from the mines?
It depends on the ore you are talking about. So titanium ore is what is important. Normally it is coming from beach sands, ilmenite kind of thing, which is available in sand. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Arya Shah from Whitestone PMS. Please go ahead.
Hey, hi. Thank you for the opportunity. So my first question is, what is the order book timeline execution, current order book?
Yeah. So the current order book execution, okay, as the maximum period. Yeah, total order book is 2,594 crore as on today.
2 years.
Okay, so we have a timeline of 2 years for execution.
Okay, and the sustainable margin, the EBITDA margin?
Around 23% on an average we can take.
Okay, and I think in the Q2 you were mentioning some capex plan which would be announced in Q3. So could you talk about the capex plan for the next 2 years?
That we are working on that projects are under evaluation. We are working on that. It's not yet finalized. Probably by end of this Q4 we should be able to give a clarity on that.
Okay, and the powder plant capex, is the work ongoing, and what would be the turnover estimated?
Yeah, we are in the process of procuring. Some formalities are there which have to be completed because some export license that procedure is going on in foreign country. So once that is there, then we will be able to set up the plant and do. Now currently equipment is yet to arrive.
Okay. Yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Sujal from Opportunity. Please go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, Sujal, you are.
Congratulations on the good set of numbers, first of all, sir. Sir, I just want to understand that you have guided in last quarter, you have guided of 13 crore revenue and and also 23% of EBITDA margin. So I want to understand what are the growth drivers for that, and are we on the line or not?
Yeah, drivers for this Q3 performance. Yeah, basically the drivers are titanium and superalloys, where we have executed whatever balance were there in Q2, we could liquidate them. And yeah, so basically they are the superalloys and titanium alloys.
Sir, I just want to ask about, like, you are telling, according to your guidance, you are telling to bring 650 crore crore revenue incremental in quarter 4. So what are the growth drivers for that?
Yeah, growth drivers. So we are now currently manufacturing some of the aeronautical grades. Okay, so some of the aero grades that are to our aero customers, we are now currently processing, and then whatever are under processing from Q3, we are going to liquidate them, and some special steels are also there in that, which will be booking them in the fourth quarter.
So can you tell me, are we on properly in the line for able to get the 650 crore of revenue? And also, can you please guide me on the upcoming capex for the year and order book?
Yeah, one point regarding capex, yes, it is under DPR stage, so we are just looking for it. Okay, once DPR is complete, we will be able to share some more information. And growth drivers you asked, yes, so predominantly the superalloys and special steels we are looking for the revenue that we are for Q4 revenue. And third point is yeah.
Okay, sir. That's from my side. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1. The next question comes from the line of Rishabh from RBSA Investment Manager. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. I just want to understand, last quarter I think you said that we had some ambitious growth plans and maybe you will give some update on Q4. So, but I just want to understand, suppose we are a 1,000 crore company now, suppose we want to become a 2,000 crore company, what will be the constraints or product gaps that we have to fill? Or are we, fully, just waiting for orders to come in and we are ready to execute them?
Yeah, one is capacity enhancements and effective utilization of some of the facilities. So probably we can answer your question in two prongs. One is there are facilities which can be, where we can effectively utilize more output from them with the existing facilities. And second thing is, if we can establish some capex, that is the whole idea. Currently, as you told, we are 1,000+ crore company. If you want to take it to 2,000 crore company in that direction, that is the whole idea of management. How to take the sales to the next level. So if we want to double the our capacity, we need to put some infrastructure. So we are currently looking on that. As I told in the previous question, we are now currently working on what are the important equipment that we need to, facilities that we need to establish, so that we can take it to that. So as a part of that, we are having some capex plan, so that we will be able to share once DPR and other approvals, internal approvals are ready. Maybe by Q4, end of Q4, we will be able to give you more information. But idea is how to take into the growth path towards 2,000 crores, as you mentioned.
Okay. And the capex will be mostly brownfield or greenfield, sir? Or you cannot share this?
Yeah, no, we will be giving full details by probably once DPR is ready, we'll be able to give you full details.
Okay. Hello? Yes, sir. My second question was, actually, we have, recently the FTA has been signed with the EU. So how does that help in terms of import of raw material for us?
Can you repeat?
No, recently the country has signed the trade agreement with EU. So how does it help us in respect to the import of raw materials, since we import a lot of materials from the Eastern Europe you mentioned? So how does it help us? Are we paying duty in that currently, or how does it help us?
So actually, yeah, if you look at it, yes, we are importing some of the raw materials. We are also trying parallelly how to indigenize them. So that is plan B already we have, and we are trying to work. But predominantly the metallic materials are imported. So as a part of that, we are already having an internal metal bank. So to insulate Midani from any supply chain constraint. Plan B, we are currently not having as on today any supply chain issue. So we only hope that the whatever agreements have taken place will boost the supply and debottleneck only. So we are not anticipating any major constraints in the supply of or import of raw materials.
So whatever import you're doing, we're doing it duty free, or we pay some duty to it? I'm trying to get that answer.
It is duty paid only.
Duty free only. Okay, understood. And you mentioned about this metal land bank which will be owned by the customer. So how does this agreement actually change the inventory days for us? Because we have to just it will be, I think, more as an need basis for us. Currently, as we are holding 3 to 5 months of inventory now. So now customer balance, the ownership will be the customer, the inventory ownership.
It won't make any change in the inventory days. That's what I mentioned, that suppose if that inventory is in the books of the company, then it will have an impact on the working capital as well the inventory days. Since that inventory is only like we are only a custodian, and the inventory will be in the books of customers. So the materials, whatever is required on need basis, whatever based on the requirement, just will be drawn on a loan, and as and when our materials comes, which will get replenished. Basically, in a net of that inventory remains same. So because if I get my material, then my raw material inventory will go up. So immediately once the Midani's material has come, the same will be replenished. So the net material impact remains same. It will not have any impact on the inventory days of the company because of metal bank.
Okay. And so just one data point, if you could share. For example, suppose we are supplying to the indigenously made, suppose the light combat aircraft. So in terms of say kgs or metric tons, what is the total amount, volume of which that will be that Midani is supplying to, say, one light combat aircraft? Is there a data point that you can share across titanium or superalloys or whatever products we supply to an aircraft?
So in aircraft, what happened? There are a lot of materials, not only Midani manufactured items like superalloy, titanium, special steel. There are aluminium, composites, and many other components are there. We are not very much sure what exactly the weight and.
I'm asking only from the Midani perspective. What Midani supplies, how much do we supply in terms of kg or metric ton, whatever data point can you share? I just want from Midani, not the other materials, only Midani perspective.
Yeah, just to give you, what will happen is they will take maybe say 10 aircraft, 20 aircraft, and they put a common material requirement, bill of material. So what will happen is we will not be knowing for how many aircraft they are using. But the difficulty in answering your question is only that we'll only know what is the purchase order placed on that. In that very small component they may be making or very big component. So numbers for which the order is placed is unknown.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Henil Bagadia from Equicorp. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity again, sir. So coming to the question related to the helical spring, I had just one small question. So if, the orders start picking up after we get the certification, so do we have plans to even supply to Alstom and Siemens, given that they are also supplying orders out here? And do you see large export opportunity in this particular area?
Okay, to answer your question, yes, we will supply. Our plant is capable of supplying very high quality, large size springs also, because the capacity is in such a direction. So we will be supplying to any customer, whoever is meeting, their specifications. We are ready, and we are also open to exports. So we will be trying everything to get orders for spring plant.
Okay. So the Vande Bharat, we are also supplying specialty steel on the axle side, right? So other than the springs, we will also be doing some RM supplies for the axle, right?
It is like this. See, one of the important things for Midani is we are also raw material supplier and we also are doing this value-added business. So we can make our own material internally and make the springs. So even there are some special springs, even other than railway springs. Okay, there are many. Springs are used everywhere. Okay, so any spring material also is available in house and spring also can be made. So that speciality will be there with Midani. Yes. We will be doing specialized springs also, and whatever composition is required for the spring from the manufacturer, even that also, that raw material and that melting and that bar making also is within the capability of Midani. So we are looking at very high value products also from this, okay, which are non-railway also we can do it.
So are you looking on the vehicles or the light combat tanks or any such places where specialty springs is actually needed for multi-terrain use?
We'll see. See, first we will start with railway, then we'll expand into other areas because these special springs are used by only in Western countries. To the best of our knowledge, minus railway springs or elevator springs or other carbon steel business, there are other grades of springs that are used by, imported. So we are looking for value-added materials rather than these carbon springs. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. Sir, on the rolling mill side, so are we supplying roll plate mills, the plates for NGCs or any other big naval programs?
See, these wide plate mill, whatever product is coming, we are supplying it to, for example, ISRO, for example, shipyards, all wide plates, very large plates are used in ship construction and defense applications. Recently, as I told you, presidential dias we have supplied. So multiple customers are there. That mill can do anything. Whatever material is loaded, it will roll and give a plate. So depending on the customer's orders we use, predominantly it is used for ISRO.
Okay. So since we have got suboptimal utilization in the rolling plate mill facility, we also plan to do some contract manufacturing on the aluminum or the super specialty steel side for any of the industrial customers to just cover more of the fixed cost and also increase the utilization. So any progress there?
Yeah, actually what happened, okay, your question may be related to some of the opportunities that we are exploring with the other aerospace companies who are requesting us for us to take up aluminium. Yes, there are orders within DPSUs and outside DPSUs for utilizing the rolling mill for aluminium. Yes, we are doing, already we have done, for your information, on a trial basis. The products are good and we are thinking of, because it needs some additional facilities for setting up a full line. So at least for wide plate mill, utilization for rolling to sheets and plates are being explored currently. We are doing it.
Okay. So the margin steel side, what is the capacity utilization, and are we supplying it just for the aerospace or are we supplying it for the missile skills and on the defense side also?
Which one, wide plate is it or?
No, margin steel.
Margin steel, see, as you know, it is known to everyone that the PSLV, the GSLV and launch vehicle Mark III, the booster case material that gets ignited when you see a launch vehicle, launch of any of these launch vehicles from Sriharikota, everything is made in Midani plant, okay, that margin steel plant. So our main customer, our biggest customer for margin steel is ISRO. Yeah. Then second thing is the same grade is used in some of the missiles. Okay. Then third thing, there are other opportunities, other grades of high strength steels we are also exporting. Okay. So margin steel, yes, it is a big, very strategic thing, and we also export some of these grades. Some of the non-cobalt containing grades are being exported also.
Okay. So lastly, on the Gaganyaan part, so we have got about 3 Gaganyaan missions, that is G1, G2 and G3 this year. Also, we've got the Mangalyaan mission and the relaunch of the PSLV that was not successful last year. Sir, are you seeing any last minute orders flow, or most of these orders have actually been booked and the supplies will be in progress to ISRO?
It is like this. Midani is supplying materials, and these are raw materials basically. They are in the form of plate, sheets, bars, ring rolled rings. Okay, so ISRO takes the materials and gives to subcontractors. Like there are many subcontractors for ISRO for making the solid rocket boosters, liquid engines, and cryogenic engines. So our raw materials go, and the timeline is like the moment they receive material, they will be starting using these materials for fabrication of rocket boosters or the liquid engines or whatever they want. So the orders for Midhani are put maybe at least 2 years in advance. It is not that the last minute they will come and give. Okay, so it is a well planned calendar for them. So their projects are already well in advance, and they will back calculate the lead times and they will put orders with us.
Okay. So just a small follow-up here, sir. When you said you plan to get into the value add side, I actually assumed you actually plan to get on the little bit on the forging side, or probably on making some components here and there. So what exactly would you mean by value added when we see these contracts, where we are just supplying RM suppliers?
Yeah, so we can see, for example, spring. So spring is a value-added product. It is not a raw material. We are having fastener plant, for example, a 40 crore fastener plant is there in Midhani, which will supply aerospace fasteners to our customers. So the fastener material is also available, fastener plant is also available. So our own raw material we'll make fasteners and supply. So these are the, like for example, castings. We have a raw material making, alloy making plant. We are also having casting plant. So we can make. So yeah, Midhani makes all the titanium alloy castings and the super alloy castings for our customers. We have a welding electrode plant. So we have right from melting stage, we make the material, forge it, then roll it, and then wire draw it and make a welding electrodes for some of our customers. So we have a very large special welding plant, okay, welding electrode plant. So these are all the value added products. So castings, fasteners, these welding electrodes, these are all the plants. And some, like for example, that titanium windows for Ram Janmabhoomi, it is a fully fabricated one. So just we made everything within the plant and we went and fixed it. So we are looking at products where we can add value rather than give only raw materials. So that is the whole idea of using that word value-added products.
Okay, okay. Thanks a lot for the answer, sir, and wish the team all the very best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Arya Shah from Whitestone PMS. Please go
Hi,
ahead.
thank you for the opportunity again. I just wanted to know the bulletproof jacket, how much is the capacity for the bulletproof jacket? Hello?
Jacket. Capacity for?
Bulletproof jacket.
Bulletproof jackets, okay, okay. See, it is like this. So we are currently making, numbers wise, if you want to give, we process in terms of the batches. Okay, so each batch contains maybe 50 jackets, okay, 100 jackets depending on the order. So the limitation is not really the equipment availability or the facilities that are available. So we can ramp up by putting number of shifts we can increase, and we can jack up also. So it all depends on orders. The facilities are available end to end, like from raw materials to products. And we also have a agreement for testing all these things, testing of jackets. So we are looking forward for getting the orders.
Okay, and could you say in the absolute terms the defense factory contributes to the revenue? Right, currently the Rohatak plant, I think, the defense plant.
Yeah, defense, we have revenue from defense sector is 28% of the total revenue up to 9 months, December 25.
Okay, and any order book there?
Yeah, we have from defense our order book. If you look at total, 72% of our order book is from defense.
Because aero,
it includes, Navy, all are there put together.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Ravi Naredi from Naredi Investment. Please go ahead.
Sir, I would like to ask, what is our key factor to run our company? Shortage of raw material, shortage of capacity constraint, or something else?
Yeah, so raw material supply constraints were there. Okay, now we are trying to insulate ourselves from this raw material uncertainty by establishing metal bank. So unless there is a major geopolitical thing, we don't expect a issue with respect to raw materials. And that is with respect capacity constraints. Point number 2, what you have raised, we are working at full capacity. I mean, of the downstream mills. If required, we can melting wise we have sufficient capacity. Okay, so wherever possible, there are opportunities for us to even go outside wherever it is permitted from the customer. We can use outside. I mean, we can outsource the downstream processing requirements. Only melting capability outside people may not have, because the alloys that we are processing are very unique, and they are, I mean, their processing needs special capabilities. Okay, so there should not be issue with respect to capacity also by doing a good plan. So that is what currently we are doing.
So what growth we are expecting for financial year 27 and 28?
Yeah, so that is 26, 27, 27.
Talking about 26, 27 or 27, 20?
Both.
Okay. So, like maybe around 20% incremental revenues we can expect it till the capex things are finalized. Once the capex clarity has come, then probably we will be able to revisit that figures. Otherwise, in the current capacities and current utilizations, we can expect a 20% increase year on year.
And who gives you the capacity permission to increase the permission? Your board is not authorized to do all such things?
No, it involves investment of money. So we have to go to board and we have to take approval.
Board is also empowered, and above board permission, it requires ministry approval. Majority projects are within the purview of board only we are operating.
Okay. But it is normal, routine one, or some specific need is required?
No, we are planning some capex projects which are unique and which will enhance our capacity as well as top line. Those are in the DPR stage. Maybe by end of Q4 we can able to give correct picture how much it is going to add.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Parimal Mithani from Credential Investment. Please go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we are able to hear.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Sir, I have two questions. One is, in your previous calls, you have mentioned that you have 500 grades of material, of which 100 are aeronautical grades. So how it is unique in India in terms of a company like us compared to our competitors globally, and how does it enhance our strength? If you can throw light on it. And sir, if you can give guidance in terms of how do you see Midani in next 3 to 4 years, since the government is keen on having indigenous manufacturing and a lot of emphasis on being self-sufficient in the defense and space and all that. If you have some roadmap, it will be much better for us, sir.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. So you told first thing is our capability is to make alloys, novel alloys, and the whole idea of establishing the company also is again towards Atmanirbharta. Different platforms and different organizations have different requirements. The requirements of aerospace, for example, like ISRO, and the examples like HAL or the materials requirement for say DRDO are different, because it all depends on in which environment we are working. So how do you see strength? For example, if a national program has to import material, today for example, aluminum alloys, white plates are being imported from outside the country, and that is how it becomes critical. Suppose there is an issue with respect to import of those things, it will crumble the whole program. So recently we have seen also in the Ukrainian conflict or the COVID time, there was supply chain disruptions, and there was large delays in obtaining materials, and because of the growth of the industry, the mills in abroad are also booked. In fact, foreign customers come to us because our lead times are shorter sometimes. So the strength is that our national programs are protected. If I say that 500 grades of alloys are there, out of which 100 aeronautical grades are there, there is no necessity for any of these 500 grades for any user within the country to go and import. So we are fully protecting them. Any new grade of alloy, technology is available in this bouquet of 500 raw materials. That is point number one. And we consider it as a very great strength because national programs should not get suffered because of this. Okay, because of lack of materials. And material is the first line of confrontation. Okay, first line of defense is material. Material not available. There are many people who can machine and give components. Okay, because they can be used for money. But material is the one thing that no one will give. And you are listening continuously this National Critical Minerals Mission and all these things. So everybody is trying to control through materials, the strategic raw materials. So that is point number one. We are able to process the materials and give to our customers. You also told where you want to see Midani in 3 to 4 years and roadmap. Yes, we have our own internal roadmap, a very strategic roadmap to develop alloys, and we want to increase our production. We want to take the production to new heights so that by going for capex, so that we can meet the increasing demand. Even today, there are hundreds of crores of materials worth are getting imported. Okay, so how to meet the full requirement? How to stop this import of materials? And if we can meet that requirement through upgradation of our facilities and plan in such a way that we can meet for the next 10 years the growth plan by installing some additional capacities wherever there are critical things. That is point number one. Another point is some of the older equipments that are inside the plant which are nearing their end of life. I think if we can substitute with higher productivity machines, that also will aid Midani to grow at 20%, whatever we were telling in the coming years. That kind of growth plan, if we want to have, we have to have certain capex plans. So currently we are working on that. And by installing additional capacity in critical areas, Midani will be able to achieve higher growth, and that 3 to 5, we are looking at 10 years and beyond long-term plan. So that is what slowly we want to move towards a 2,000 crore company in maybe coming 10 years. So towards that, yes, we are doing a lot of things, and capex is one of them. I hope this is what is required now currently.
And yes, sir. Second thing is, since couple of con calls, we've been mentioning in the calls, that a lot of foreign vendors have shown interest and all that, but we have not seen any fructification of, in terms of deals or in terms of agreements with them. You think in the next foreseeable 2 years, can we see some certification with global vendors, and how does it, because some of them are setting shops in India, and how will be in that supply chain with them?
If you look at Midani, last year we have exported about 90 crore worth of materials. Okay, 90 crore worth of our export order was 90 crores. And many of these people, since the grades are aeronautical grades, the so-called super alloys and titanium alloys, they are obviously going to aeronautical customers. Now, with respect to your question that we are not seeing the foreign parties, yes, certification is a process. That is a process that takes a significant amount of time. There are audits involved. In fact, there are multiple audits involved. Their technical teams visit. It is a process basically. So we are negotiating with different customers. In fact, as we talked, there are some audits that are going on. So essentially, it is that once the audit teams are auditing our certifications, whatever we are having, those things are in place. Obviously, we'll get order, and the effort is towards that. Okay, to increase the export market. So we are working on that.
So in next 2 years, any fructification can you say in terms, because I understand the process, it's a long thing, but any lightful over next 2 years can you see in terms of in that?
Yes, certainly. In next 2 years, definitely we'll have significant understandings for supply of materials to some of the aero customers outside, whomever you are listening. So we'll be in their suppliers list.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
all the best.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question for today. I would like to hand the conference over to the management for the closing comments. Thank you, and over to you, team.
So, thank you so much. I think we have had a wonderful question. I think total 12 questions were asked by our members. We are very happy to answer. We only feel that there is enormous potential, and we are working towards on improving our growth plans. And as I mentioned during our discussion, so probably we'll see Q4 results time again with more interesting things from Binani. So thank you all.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of ICICI Securities, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.